Welcome to Besiege Bots, the real home of robotic combat in Besiege. In this episode, we complete the Superheavyweight bracket preliminaries, finding 4 more members of our top 16 and our last 8 bots that will need to fight back from the redemption round. Kicking things off in this one, we have 999 Robotics, who finished runner-up in both previous Super Heavyweight tournaments, taking on 2-time tournament champions the Institution of Insanity, and our SBC Featherweight 4th place finishers Team Dangerous Purposes. In the main event for this episode, we see our SBC Lightweight champions, the United Lunch Alliance, take on 2 other dangerous opponents who will be trying to take down the champ and certify themselves as contenders in this tournament. Our first competitor in episode 3 is Black Hole from Team Dangerous Purposes, representing the Netherlands. Team Dangerous Purposes had a fantastic result in their first tournament, finishing in the top 4 of SBC, but some have said their run was lucky and they still want to prove themselves in this match. Up next, we have Tamarind, a fast and durable control bot from Indonesia's 999 Robotics. 999 Robotics come into this tournament off a 2nd place finish in SBC, and with 2 2nd place finishes already under the belt of Tamarind, they'll be looking to go one better this time and take the crown. Our final bot for this Rumble, Warp Drive, is created by the Institution of Insanity from the Netherlands. Warp Drive is named so because it has the most drive power of any bot in the competition and can slam opponents for massive damage. With the aggressive driving of the Institution of Insanity, this bot could go very far in the tournament. We kick things off in this episode with 3 pretty strong teams in this one. We have the Institution of Insanity, 2-time heavyweight tournament champions. We have 999 Robotics, who finished runner-up in the lightweight bracket at SBC and have finished runner-up in 3 other tournaments, including both previous super heavyweight tournaments with this very bot, Tamarind. As we see some early aggression from Warp Drive and Tamarind jockeying for position. Warp Drive getting the better of the wedge battle here. We also, nice hit, shaves some wheels off of Tamarind from Black Hole, sneaking up from behind there. Another nice hit. Black Hole's gotten a couple of those big bites on the front ends of the wedges and thrown them over the head. Nice hit on Warp Drive there. Team Dangerous Purposes had a pretty lucky run through SBC to get top 4, but they still managed to get top 4 in their rookie tournament, and frankly, Black Hole is a much better bot than Poison Water was. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. It looks like they've lost something. I think that's a wheel stack off of Warp Drive there, as Tamarind loses another little chunk off the back there. I believe that was the part that, oh no, that had a wheel on it at one point. Oh, that wheel was already gone too, actually. So, another wheel comes off of Tamarind there. I think while they were shoving Warp Drive, it actually ripped its own wheel off, which is unfortunate. Tamarind staying very aggressive. Black Hole's getting some good hits, but it is being pushed around by both the fast bots. As soon as it turns to hit one of them, it gets shoved by the other one. They both kind of gang up on Black Hole in the corner there. Getting stuck up against the corner from the prongs on Tamarind there. And Warp Drive went for lift, and that front end on Warp Drive is messed up pretty bad. Another big bite from Black Hole there. Black Hole is getting a lot of bite. Good push from Warp Drive. Black Hole get off before they get to the pit. Tamarind trying to get Warp Drive in the pit, but can't quite make it. Warp Drive upside down, gonna need to self-right. Tamarind and Black Hole fighting over in the corner. Warp Drive seems to be back over now. Oh no, they're actually still upside down, but they're wedge flipped around, so they can drive just fine. Other than being inverted, which will make it a little bit harder to control. Nice from Black Hole there. Gets another big rip onto Warp Drive and another one onto Tamarind. It's flinging itself around, which is unfortunate. It lost a tread at some point in the fight. Likely when it was being shoved into the corner by one of the other bots. It's also lost a motor on that left side, I think. Probably from when it ripped Tamarind through its own weapon. Which is unfortunate, because it's going to lower the power of their spinner a bit, but they still seem to be getting good bite, so they're in a decent position. This has actually been a pretty close fight so far, though I would say Tamarind's probably dominating control and aggression. And honestly, they might be winning on damage at the moment. Though, well, Black Hole's dealt most of the damage to the other bots, but it's also done a lot to itself, so it really depends how the judges are going to score that damage. Right now, I'd say Black Hole's probably ahead, but it's behind in the other two categories just by virtue of how slow it is. Oh, and it throws Warp Drive over the wall, as both Tamarind and Warp Drive pushed Black Hole to the wall there, but it managed to scoop Warp Drive over. That's really good for Black Hole. That's going to score them some pretty good damage points. The only problem is, because they're so damaged relative to Tamarind, they're going to get docked some points, so it might only be a 7-3, and I'm not sure that'll be enough to win them the decision. We'll see, though. Let's see how the judges saw this one. 8-9 aggression, 9-6 control, 7-3 damage, like I said, and 3-2 style to Tamarind. It's a 23-22 for Tamarind. Unlucky for Black Hole. But Tamarind moves on to the round of 16. Black Hole and Warp Drive go into the redemption round. Larkspur comes into this competition from Outcast Robotics representing the USA. Outcast Robotics are a team who have languished in the middle of the pack for the most part, but coming off a top 8 finish in SBC, they're coming in good standing for this competition. Next up is OOFEer 9000 Redux, also from the USA, made by Team Angry American. Team Angry American have yet to find much tournament success, but they've been quite positive about this bot and hope to turn that reputation around. Finally in this bout we have Requiem from the UK's Team Pilot Light. Team Pilot Light are the second best team on our ranked leaderboards, but have yet to turn that into tournament success. They are hoping to turn it around in this tournament and show off their driving skill here. We're underway with fight number 2 of episode 3 here, as Larkspur comes out of the gate tentatively, but still gets a wheel ripped off from OOFEer. OOFEer gonna be acting as the big horizontal in this one. They're probably just gonna look to deal as much damage as they can. Larkspur getting bullied around by Requiem there, who got to the side. Now they get out in front, get a nice hit there. OOFEer looking for a charge on the Larkspur. They get thrown into the corner. Larkspur capitalizes instantly and snaps OOFEer in half. Wow, that was really unfortunate for OOFEer. They went for a big hit, ended up sailing over the top of Requiem, and then Larkspur, who was driving, I think, to try and charge Requiem, but Requiem dodged out of the way, and they caught OOFEer perfectly down the center and split them. And it seems like OOFEer's having a lot of trouble trying to drive, since they have so much drive power on the wheels, and because there's so little chassis left, it seems like it's barely controllable even if they try and tap. So it seems like OOFEer's basically out of this fight. They've essentially decided to forfeit. They maybe could still be mobile, but it would be questionable even then. So Larkspur is going to get KO credit there. I was going to start talking about all the teams, but Team Angry American already out. Outcast Robotics did get top 8, as they're getting some good control over Requiem, actually. They're out-wedging. Requiem brought the big fat wedge that they have for the horizontal spinner they were against. But now that the horizontal spinner's KO'd, Requiem is in a tough spot, having to fight a vert, which is already tough, but now the vert also has a better wedge, which means they're not going to be able to get under the vert and kind of tip it forward or anything. So that's definitely a problem for them. I think Team Pilot Light mostly have their eggs in the Melvin basket in this tournament, but they still would like to do well with Requiem if they can, but this fight's going to be tricky now. As Larkspur, I think, ripped a wheel off on that collision in the corner there. Larkspur's gotten a few really nice juggles so far, and the clock is running down on Requiem. They get a nice bit of control there. That was really good from Requiem. They're definitely, look, Team Pilot Light are driving well in this one. They're doing everything they can, but they're having a lot of trouble getting around to the side. Larkspur is a pretty quick machine. It turns quite fast. It's got decent drive power. Not as much as Requiem, which seems to be able to even out-push even when it is out-wedged. They're doing a better job of backing off the wedge now rather than just ramping up into the vert, and they get a nice push into the corner there. Good job from Requiem there. Ooh, they get stung by that vertical spinner. A little pop-up there, and another nice hit. Larkspur gonna look to charge them into the corner. Ooh, and they slammed them hard enough into the wall to break that wheel stack off on the left side. Larkspur showing really good driving as well in this one, honestly. Both teams really doing a good job of the driving. Ooh, good height on that hit, but I don't think Larkspur can get them over that wall. If they'd gone a little higher there, they could maybe get them over one of these low walls, or definitely they could get them into the pit. I don't think they're going to be able to get them on the high walls. Larkspur gets caught up on the ramrods there. Ooh, a huge hit from Larkspur onto Requiem. They're having a little trouble self-riding, and how they self-ride, but they're stuck on the ramrods. Ooh, Requiem running out of time. I don't think they're going to be able to get the Miracle Pit KO, and I don't really see how they'd win a decision here. We'll see how the judges saw it, but I can't see Requiem winning it. So it's a 26-19 in favor of Larkspur, who went on aggression and get a 9-1 on damage, while Requiem takes an 8-7 in control and a 3-2 in style, which does mean Larkspur will be moving on to the round of 16, while Requiem and OOFEer 9000 Redux go into the redemption round. First up in fight number 3 is Anemoia, created by Ad Astra Robotics from the USA. Ad Astra Robotics had a poor showing in SBC, failing to pick up a win, but with a wedge bot that fits their style more, they're hoping to have a good showing in this tournament. BallisticNG is a powerful wedge vert from France's Mist Inc., who placed 4th in SBC's lightweight bracket. BallisticNG is a bot reminiscent of Superheavyweight Slaughter champion Bulwark, and with Team Mist Inc., who are known for building powerful spinners behind it, it has a good chance to do well here. The third bot making up this rumble is Sickle Mode from the Taiwanese Team Wasted Potential. Team Wasted Potential are perennial nominees for the Most Destructive award, and Sickle Mode fits their style to a T, so look out for some carnage in this match. Run away with fight number 3 here. As we see Anemoia quick out of the gate there. BallisticNG backing up to make sure it can get its wedge into play. Ooh, it doesn't want to take weapon-to-weapon hits from Sickle Mode, I don't think. Sickle Mode is very dangerous for BallisticNG. They are going to struggle due to their weapon reach against Sickle Mode, but they should have a massive advantage. Ooh! But Sickle Mode kind of lifted BallisticNG into their own weapon there, and now their weapon's been blown off. Well, not blown off, it's still attached, but it's non-functional now, I believe. That's huge for BallisticNG. It's going to be a really good-looking fight for them now. Anemoia is a pretty similar bot to Requiem, and BallisticNG is similar functionally to Larkspur. So it's probably going to be sort of a repeat of Fight 1. Sickle Mode now stuck upside down. I believe BallisticNG flipped it there, so they're probably going to get the KO credit for that. Yeah, Sickle Mode's been counted out. Unfortunate for them, but they'll have another chance in the redemption round. As, ooh, another nice hit there from BallisticNG onto Sickle Mode. Ooh. BallisticNG is having some trouble possibly with their counter reaction wheels. I'm not entirely sure what was causing that. Well, it seems to be fixed now, so maybe it wasn't the counter reaction wheel that broke. But it seemed like something was an issue there. Anemoia is a bigger version of Soldair G, which is Ad Astra Robotics' bot that placed top 8. As we see the two bots get stuck together, we'll see if they can get unstuck, or whether there'll have to be some intervention. No, they managed to get unstuck. It took a little bit, but they did manage to get the bots unstuck. Oh wait, that little red wheel is gone. I'm not sure what part of BallisticNG that's from. It may have been from one of the murders, actually. Oh, Anemoia with a really nice push there. But BallisticNG with a nice little hit on the back end. BallisticNG actually struggling to out-wedge a little bit. which is surprising because it has quite a good wedge. So Anemoia with a plow wedge managing to do that well is pretty darn good. It is a very well built machine. And Soldair G was quite a good machine. They were nominated for Best Driver, perhaps a little unlucky not to win it, if I'm being completely honest, at Heavyweight Havoc 2019. Ooh, as they get underneath BallisticNG, and they're showing that good driving right now with a big cross-arena slam. That was very nice. They're actually getting a lot of control over BallisticNG. This could be a closer decision than you might expect, but ooh, that was a big hit there. I think Anemoia has suffered a bit of frame damage near the front. It looks like they've lost a few connections on those steering hinges, which could be a problem if they take more hits there, but another big cross-arena shove. Anemoia is getting a lot of control in this fight, but it's still hard. They're in a difficult spot when they have to come back from a KO of Sickle mode, because that's basically going to automatically be a 7-3 damage for their opponent. Ooh, another nice push. Anemoia is just doing a really good job, even when they do. Ooh, then they rode up the wedge and they got hit. There's not much time left. This was surprisingly close. We'll see how the judges scored this one. And it's a 25-20 BallisticNG winning 8-7 control, 9-1 damage. I'm surprised they got that much damage, but either way, BallisticNG picks up the win, moves on to the round of 16. Anemoia and Sickle mode go into the redemption round. For the second time in this episode, we have a bot from Team Outcast Robotics. This time, it's Foxglove. Foxglove is a powerful egg beater spinner with an extensive ranked record. Team Outcast Robotics have high hopes in spite of some known faults with the bot. Scirocco is the second entry from the United Lunch Alliance representing Canada. This bot was entered into the previous Super Heavyweight tournament, but has undergone significant upgrades since then. With the team riding good recent form, it will be exciting to see what these upgrades are capable of. Our final entrant for the Super Heavyweight preliminaries is Signus, the second entry from US Team Rickety Androids. Signus is a massive treaded hammer robot that has struck fear into competitors during test matches, so it will be intriguing to see how it performs in this rumble. We get started in the main event of the evening. A slow start from all the competitors as Signus takes a big swing at Scirocco there, but I think Signus definitely got the worst of that. It looks like a big chunk got ripped off. I think it was one of the weapon murders, actually. Yeah, it seems like it lost the whole weapon guard and the weapon murder. That's definitely not good for Signus. Ooh, as Scirocco getting some nice pushing on the back there. Oh, big hit there from Foxglove. Ooh, it's an interesting match so far. Scirocco is moving. Ooh, that's why they're moving slow. I didn't notice that. I said they got the better of that first hit, but I think that first hit broke part of their chassis. Unless that was something Foxglove did just before. That is a strong piece of chassis to break as well, as Foxglove and Signus are like wrapped up in each other. Wow. Ooh, Scirocco bouncing around a bit. Foxglove with a nice hit. Ooh, and they kind of both hit each other. Foxglove has this problem. Ooh, Signus's chassis is bent, and it looks like both their treads are broken. One tread is completely broken, while the other, I think, has come loose. And it seems Signus has been counted out. It looks like they've stopped driving now. I think Scirocco is going to get the KO credit. Ooh, Scirocco is getting caught up on their own mount. Ooh, I don't know if Foxglove should have hit them there. They might have been KO'd. Like, they might have been high-centered on Signus and unable to drive off, which would have been a KO for Foxglove, but Foxglove deciding to take the quote-unquote honorable route and knock them down so they can hit them some more. Foxglove definitely looks to be the least damaged in this fight so far. But you never know when that can change, so I definitely think it was a bit of a mistake on Outcast Robotics' part. We already saw them earlier in this episode, and they looked great driving Larkspur in the second fight. But I feel like that's a pretty big mistake from them. Ooh, as they get hit there. Ooh, and I think their motors have been sniped. Oh no, they've still got at least one motor working. But I'll have to see if they can get back up to speed. Ooh, their weapon bar, I think, is also damaged, because it doesn't look like it's even anymore. Ooh, and the weapon almost gets ripped out clean there. This is why they shouldn't have let them down. They're a shorter vertical spinner, which is always going to pose problems, because you're just going to be outreached. Even if it's an egg beater. Ooh, Foxglove is kind of crippled. Oh, they're still moving. They're capable of moving. They have to kind of turn and then just go forward. They can't really move properly. But, oh, massive damage to Foxglove there. Scirocco was definitely looking like it was getting the worst of the damage. Multiple parts of Foxglove get thrown out of the arena. Foxglove being determined whether this is still mobile. Yeah, they're showing the speed is fine. It just takes them a while to turn. Scirocco's backing off, so the judge might still be determining. It seems like they aren't being counted out. I'm not sure. Oh, Scirocco is also just having a lot of trouble driving and trying to get to them. It's a rough end to the fight, but it was a mayhem-filled fight. Wow, that's the end of it. We'll see how the judges saw it, because it does end up going to a decision. Foxglove winning on control and aggression, but getting dismantled on damage, winning style, and losing a 23-22. Unfortunate for Outcast Robotics, who could have gone 2-0 on the day. Scirocco goes into the round of 16. Foxglove and Signus into the redemption round. That's it for this episode. Our 4 bots heading into the round of 16 are Tamarind, BallisticNG, Larkspur, and Scirocco. Meanwhile, getting a second chance in the redemption round are Black Hole, Warp Drive, Anemoia, Sickle Mode, OOFEer 9000 Redux, Requiem, Foxglove, and Signus. In the next episode, we will be completing the Beetleweight Bracket Preliminary Round. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. If you're interested in joining our community, follow the Discord link in the description. From everyone in the Besiege Bots Discord, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you soon.